Hi guys, my name is Vita. I am from Ukraine and welcome to my live stream today. You've got me all for 2 hours if everything is fine. And today's topic is what problems Ukrainian ladies can meet in sex. So actually the topic, main reasons why your lady may not want sex. So guys, for newbies, as always, I would like to show some short video about myself that you know who I am and why I'm here and what's my main purpose, guys.
Ukrainian women, it's like 5 in 1. It's perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect cookers, perfect lovers, perfect housekeepers, and perfect friends. Every man is a hunter, and every woman is a target. So every hunter wants to get his target. And every target at the end of the day would like to be chased and caught. Believe me, you will be happy with her. This lady, when she gets you, trust me, she will keep you with both hands and never let you go. Believe me, guys, the lady who is really interested in you and who really likes you never will ask you for money, for gifts or for presents from the early beginning of your relations. Why women look for foreign husband? Because women tired of laziness and non-responsibility of our men.
If we're talking about spontaneous sex on the first date, it also can be great for sure if both of you feel the magic and chemistry, but only from physiological side. Regarding psychology, guys, in majority of cases, chemistry is one of the smallest reasons why she may want you just on the first date. So remember, date is always for Ukrainian women is kind of exhibition. She will look at you, she will listen at you, smell you even, and evaluate you to make a general conclusion about your future destiny. So guys, before we get started to discuss today's topic, I would like to announce some exciting announcements, okay? And first, all of us at ukrainedating.tv would like to thank all of our loyal followers, because without you, our launch last year would not have been so successful. So thank all of you very, very, very much. Also, we would like to share our growth goal for 2023, which is to hit 4,000 subscribers. And now to meet our goal, your continued support, guys, is a key. So we ask you to spread our love by sharing our channel in your social networks between your friends, and tell all your friends and colleagues, okay? And we've got exciting news in 2023. We know that you guys like watching our live streams here on YouTube, but some of you prefer to read or sometimes even to listen while you are driving instead. So now you can hear and see your amazing Ukrainian ladies' advice in your favorite format, video, podcast, or even article. So the choice is all yours at ukrainedating.ca. So, and as always, who would like to talk to me by live, cam share. If you want to talk to me face to face on camera here, simply type this Streamyard link. I will show you this link, but also you can find it in the description below this video, guys, into your browser. But first, you must get verified, as always. I know that you know this information already. And to get verified, it's very simply, you need to follow 2 simple steps described in the description below this and all of our videos. So let's get started with today's stream. And as always, as usual, please feel free to ask me any type of your hot burning questions. So right now, listen to the information, and then I will get back to you, to your comments, and I will be ready to answer all your questions, guys. And the topic today is very interesting. I guess for many of you, it sounds quite obvious, the answers, why actually your lady may not want sex. So we're gonna discuss main reasons of constant headaches, So I will give you so far, guys, some information what psychologists, experts thinks about this. And at the end of information, I will share with you just my few points, main points from my angle of view. Okay, so I guess, guys, this topic is very important. Why? Because the physiology of women and men absolutely different. Men always want sex, right? Unless he has some health issues or some other moments, but that's really mostly a rare case. But with women, the situation is absolutely different. And I know, guys, from my personal experience and from stories of my friends, clients, whatever, other people's stories, I know that you guys used to get offended because you are not always understanding the real reason why women may have decrease of libido or sexual desire. Okay, and you can think that it's all because she stopped loving you or she doesn't want you or whatever. So of course such understanding of this problem can cause much more problems, and it's gonna happen like a snowball, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because it's not always, I understand and everybody understand, it's not always pleasant to talk and to discuss such problems, and not every couple actually able to do that openly. So you need to trust each other, but unfortunately most of people just prefer to get offended, to keep silence, to wait until the situation will be solved somehow by itself, maybe with the time, maybe some conditions will be changed. So I want to give you some basic things which probably but probably never think about these reasons in real life. So, and then we get back to comments, and from your questions, of course, I guess you can get much more information as well. So everybody understands that sexual relationships are very important part of our life, and for sure everyone wants, like in a movie, so butterflies in your belly, enchanting sensations, feelings, and of course pleasure explosions. But the reality, unfortunately, doesn't always fit expectations, unfortunately. So during today's discussion, we're going to talk specifically about women, right? Because exactly they more often face these problems in the sex. Men as well may suffer from them, but because during centuries, the society suppressed just the women's sexuality. For men, that's always was okay. But our modern society is not so severe right now, but still often follows the same rules and dogmas. In addition, important to mention local peculiarities. If we talk about Ukrainian ladies specifically, as you know, at the post-Soviet territory, in comparison with West, there wasn't any sexual revolution. So as you know, there was not sex in Soviet Union at all. It was prohibited and not common to talk about such things like sexual bringing up. So daughter couldn't come to mom didn't know how to talk, how to explain. We are talking about normal sexual bringing up when mom should sit one time face to face with the girl or even with the boy and explaining some basic things. But unfortunately, there is no such culture in Soviet Union. Even now, in our modern society, Ukrainian ladies try to avoid these topics, thinking that probably some friends or in school or from internet kids can get the main information. So, but that's not right. And Ukrainian women fighting with the consequences of such processes. And it's quite difficult, because from generation to generation, these stereotypes are being passed from mom to daughters about how actually must be the real woman. She needs to be nice, malleable, economic, good housewife, perfect mother, and always, what is very important, always ready to please the man by any means, no matter what, because it's her main duty. That's stereotype which we still get from middle-aged and more aged generation of women. Youth, it's a different story. They are more westernized right now, feminized. They get from open resources. They can have kind of challenges, they can start sexual life very early and they're a little bit different. But as far as public guys who watching our live streams, they are more aged, middle-aged men. Of course, you are not going to deal, I guess, to have sexual relationship or start relationship with the girls like 20, 22 something. So sometimes, yes, probably if the guy is too young, but mostly more common guys of middle age. So, in a stable relationship, long-term relationship already, the decreasing of sexual desire is not a rare problem as well. So many women, and even more often probably happens, many women are not ready that amorousness and beguine are going away. That can cause a problem with decrease of sexual desire. So falling in love, as you know, is just a sexual attraction. This is kind of hormone dopamine, the source of butterflies, right, in the stomach and powerful sexual desire. But when the dopamine period passes, and this happens sooner or later, unfortunately, right? So as experts say, love lives 3 years. I don't agree, but experts says that's kind of dogma, right? So, but they have some reason for that. I mean, in regard of biochemical processes in our bodies. So relationships are built on the basis of another hormone, oxytocin. So if dopamine can be called the hormone of passion, then oxytocin is the hormone of love. And you know the difference between passion and love, two different stories, right? So hormone of love, oxytocin, these should be earned. So oxytocin is produced, then there is closeness, affection, understanding, respect, trust, actually harmony between partners. And if a couple works on their relationship, develop them together, it's a dialogue in the partnership, right? So they will have good sex even after this passion period is over, because they will love. So, as you know, some of you guys had already families before, maybe some of you divorced. Pregnancy and childbirth have a strong influence on the libido of partners. Of course, mostly on women's, right? In the direction of decrease, especially if they happen just during the period of falling in love or a little bit later, when the couple still had not yet had time to build strong oxytocin relationships. So relationships built on sexual desire are only suitable for conceiving children, since dopamine awakens in us the animal instinct of procreation. So for a long-term relationship, this hormone is not enough. And a woman can realize that she does not want to live with this man, and sexual attraction to him will come to not zero, right? But sometimes the opposite happens. It is a long and too strong relationship, that leads to a decrease in attraction. And I will explain you. I have even personal example for you guys to share with you. So when partners live in everyday life for many years, taking care of each other, their psyche may begin to perceive a partner as a father, like Electra complex, or as a mother, Oedipal complex. Then the libido also overlaps, because subconsciously sexual relationship begin to be considered as an incest. That's like really professional terms, professional words, but I know that it can happen in relationship when people dating or living together or getting married, no matter what, for many years, and they have really good relationship, really good, and they spend too much time together, and they do everything 24/7, and they have same hobbies, same interests, and they don't have any secrets about each other, and they used to share everything, discuss everything, talk, so everything is fine. And unfortunately, after some years, the women or even the men can start feeling more not like some feelings like towards a relative, like a brother or caring father or something, especially if, let's say, lady had a bad experience with her father, and in her subconscious she's looking for a father who will take care about her. And that's true enough, and I know that from my personal experience. Even after many years, even though relationships were absolutely, seems like absolutely perfect, but I start to feel that this person is more a brother than a future husband to me. And that's kind of very painful story, I can tell you, because from one side, the person is really close to you, you trust him, you know him, you need him. You used to spend with him really much time to share all secrets, to discuss all things, but at the same time, you don't want him anymore. And that's a, kind of misunderstanding, kind of collapse in your mind, because you don't understand what's going on. From one side, you love the person, you want him in your life, but you understand that it's right now not about intimate relationship. It's more about sharing secrets, discussing things, being good friends or even relatives. So sometimes it happens, by the way, and we're gonna get back to this topic a little bit, mentioning what should be done and about this a little bit later. So of course, one of the next reason can be stress. Stress, greatly affects sexual desire. Though I know, guys, you don't believe, probably most of you, because you working hard and you getting back home very tired in most situations. And so you don't understand why you want sex when you're tired or stressed, probably. Not always, of course, but still much more than women do, right? And you don't understand why she may not want. So stress, you need to understand the nature of stress, is an emotion that ensures survival in critical situations. So stress hormones activate the body's resources which are necessary specifically for survival, turning off many systems that are not helpful in this matter, including the reproductive one. Guys, let's say we have war right now. Do you really think after such stress, which most of people, men and women as well, but of course, women are more sensitive, more paranoid, right? More touchy, more fragile in psychological meaning. Do you really think that people living in a hot places or hearing air raid sirens all the time, or sounds of explosions, or fidget in the houses, do you really think these people really want sex right now on the same level like they did it before war? We all know in men prevalate always physical basic instincts, but women, they are different type of creation, right? And they are living more by emotions and feelings. So if her mind is busy with panic, stress, shock, fear, she's thinking about survival, she's thinking about how to protect kids, where to get money, how maybe to get out of really bad place, do you really think she would like to have sex? I guess the answer is obvious. So don't forget, nature logically reasoned that when it comes to saving lives, there is no time for procreation. And although the need to take children to kindergarten, put away toys, do laundry, clean the house, cook dinner for the whole family, and the accompanying fatigue with lack of sleep do not seem to be a mortal danger, of course, but the body thinks so and releases stress hormones, simultaneously suppressing libido. So if a woman works, then it has like a tight schedule, busy schedule, constant overwork, hustle, deadlines lead to the same result. And stress, of course, is one of the biggest reason for decrease in sexual desire. So you don't want sex even when there is no trust in couple as well. When there is some kind of violence, that's obvious, I guess, emotional, financial, and not even to mention physical, right? I will dwell separately on a sexual blackmail. Blackmail, sometimes it's more peculiar to men. Women as well can blackmailing guys with sex, but that's another story, and one day we're gonna discuss that topic too. But a man, for example, somehow forces or persuades a woman to have sex, and although she does not feel this desire, she agrees. Normally she agrees, because why? She was taught by her mom and by the whole society. It's my beauty, it's my duty, I am woman, that's a must. He wants, he provides me with everything. It also builds up stress. So, note to men, if you do these, guys, the sexual life in a pair will definitely stop over time. That's understandable. Though many of our middle-aged women and aged women, they have this stereotype in their minds because they were taught by mom. I will give you even such example from my life. So far, I am living in the same room with kids because this room is very close to shelter. And for the last year, we are living all together, kids and me, in the same room. And when my mother-in-law heard that probably we had some argument with my husband or some contradictions or some quarrel or fights, whatever, so she always tell to my kids, girls, wife and husbands should always sleep in the same room and in the same bed, because if not, all the problems will get worse and worse and worse. So what's the meaning? What she want to pass to my kids from her old and past experience? So she want to tell them simply that no matter what happened in the evening, let's say, or during the day, no matter what a big fight you had with your man, when you get back to bed, everything must be finished. From one side, it can work sometimes. And you guys, I guess, you know some couples who consider the hottest sex after some fight. And it works. Yes, in some situation it works. But if these fights are rare exceptions, but if, let's say, the fights every day, people stressed, people offended, they didn't discuss that. Do you really think that to get in the same bed is a good idea? I'm talking right now not about my family, okay? In regard of this situation, I want to tell you what all the women try to put into heads of younger generation girls. So no matter what, you had to satisfy, you had to shut up, you don't need to be offended, even if you are. And if you offended and turning your back to your man and he wants to have sex right now and he start to bug you, to flirt with you, so no matter what you feel inside, you need to proceed. So you need to give what man wants. And that's a very dangerous practice. I can tell you, sometimes it can really work when the offense is not so deep, when it's really rare situation and not so big quarrel. But if people really offended, and woman herself really offended, that's not a good idea to start to make peace via sex. Because even if she will agree and even if you will have sex and not bad one, believe me, the offense will sit very deep inside of her. And until she will not talk it out to you and discuss to you, and until she really won't forgive you in reality, not because you had sex, right? But really, she will digest the situation inside and it will be clarified. The offense will be getting worse and worse and worse. And if you guys try this method, because I know a lot of guys thinks that's the easiest way to make peace after some fight. Believe me, one day she will tell you categorically no, and it will be like explosion because she will feel like you're using her, you don't care, you are indifferent to her emotions, and you don't want to solve the problems. So for you, it's easier just to have sex and that's it. So that's in regard to this moment. So another important factor is sexual abuse of harassment, obviously, right? If a woman has experienced something like this, she may experience fear, of course, because of some painful memories, guilt about her sexuality, and for her, probably an attractiveness. So that's also about the ways or the types the types of sex couple prefer. So as it said in Quran, I read once, no matter what kind of sex you want, but both partners should agree for that, and both partners should agree for that sincerely. And if yes, if both get pleasure, sorry, and agree for that consciously, that's fine. So no matter what you are doing, other people shouldn't care about that. But if the one side wants something extraordinary and another side just say yes because she understands you want it, she doesn't want to disappoint you, to offend you, or she doesn't want, she's even feels ashamed to tell you that she doesn't want this type specifically of sex, because you may think, she's not sexual, right? Or she's not modern, fashionable, because some trends in sex during some periods of time, and some new things, some new technologies or ways or methods or toys, whatever. So women can feel really afraid. She can be afraid to tell you, to confess you that she really doesn't like it, she doesn't want even to try, or she can do that just to please you because she really loves you, and she may be afraid that if she doesn't give you what you want, so man can go somewhere else to get what she really wants, to try something exotic, something new, right? So that also can be, and let's say she told you she doesn't want, and you said okay, but subconsciously she will remember that you want something other, which she cannot give you. And she will feel stressed about that too, because she will start to feel unconfident, and she will be afraid that you may start cheating or looking for some other place to get what you want. So think about that too. Needs to be very delicate about these moments. And studies shows that girls complain of a decrease in desire after several years of relationship, and 20% of women aged from 18 up to 65 are diagnosed with a hypoactive sexual desire disorder. So, guys, girls and women can be very tricky as well. You know that, I guess, to falsificate their real feeling in and emotions in bed, just not to break your man's ego, to please you, not to offend you, and as I mentioned, that you don't think something is wrong with her. She's not sexy, she's not hot, not spicy, not young as before, maybe, because some other women can do that. So maybe she will think you will compare her with somebody. That's, of course, has very negative impact on her sexual desire. So don't forget about this. And of course, this affects the quality of life of a woman and makes her consider herself kind of, broken in a world where everyone around has unrestrained sex. Yeah, sometimes we read some forums and girls like. We have some even, I came across some sexual groups in Telegram with some school or courses, especially for new technologies in sex, for new types of sex, when they teach how to please maximum men, how to be professional in bed. And I was thinking, poor Ukrainian ladies living in war without electricity, trying to survive, they still need to think how to be the best for their men, and to be the best for their men they should be like professional prostitutes. I don't misunderstand me, okay? Don't misunderstand me. I mean, they need to learn something new, and they need to be able to give something what they probably really don't want in order to be on top, so that, of course, playing not the best role in sexual desire. So before moving on to other factors that affect sexual desire, let's, guys, clarify that a reduced libido can actually be a variant of a norm due to physiology. We have this theory. Some physiognomists, they studied like body style, leg shape, leg length, and tall, skinny, and really long-legged ladies, they considered more to be more cold, though their bodies looks perfect, but they considered to be more frigid, sometimes more cold, and not so much sexual. Not because they are not like this, because the construction of their body constructed like that. But the girls which considered to be short, with short legs and even a little bit plump, not skinny, a little bit plump, they have much more health actually for giving birth for kids. And obviously then they are considered to be more sexual. They have more hot temper. Don't forget about that too, by the way. So naturally, physiologically, the lady may have quite low interest in sex in comparison with you, let's say. So falling in love, novelty, and interest in a partner that has just arisen, of course, give rise to passion. That's normal, under the influence of which thoughts about sex and the desire for intimacy are present almost constantly at the first period, right? When you just start dating. But after a while, for someone, it can be a month, for someone, a year. So every couple is individual. Euphoria subsides, libido returns to normal, and there is not so much sex. But of course, many other objective reasons also can affect libido. About them, we can mention below. So also, guys, physiological and biochemical process affect sexual desire, which I mentioned before. These may be even natural aging changes. Let's say you are aged man and you start to date with an aged woman. Of course, naturally, from the beginning, when you fall in love and you have this passion, definitely, and you gonna have sex much more than in a normal routine life after, when you learn each other and when you get used to each other. That's normal because it's already your typical biorhythms for your age group, and that's normal. So if you are in the same situation and after 6 months or 1 year your lady will show less interest in having sex but would prefer just to go for a walk with you, to have some romantic dinner, to go to watch some movie, don't think she stopped loving you or she doesn't want you. That's just her normal physiologically aged sexual desire coming back to her because the period of passion already went away. And of course, guys, don't forget about some diseases. Probably obviously obvious answer for all of you. We all know when we are sick we don't want any sex, right? But some guys can forget about that. And absolutely ordinary diseases starting from arthritis up to diabetes or some hormonal changes of hormone level of lady also can influence sexual desire. For example, as women approach menopause, testosterone and estrogen levels decrease in women and prolactin levels increase with breastfeeding and hypothyroidism, you know, this disease. So that also very important when you have baby. And definitely that the first year lady will not demonstrate too big desire. Sometimes yes, if lady has assistant, if somebody helping her, if she has time for herself, if she recovered from giving birth just itself easily, and no complications, no health complications after giving birth, so probably she will be okay, normal, but definitely not like before. And don't forget, if your lady has a baby and she's breastfeeding, naturally sex desire will go down, absolutely, and I will explain you why. That's nature created such things between animals. Why? Until the mother fox or wolf, let's say, breast milking her puppies, she need to give them life, she need to provide them survival, and until she's milking them she cannot have another puppies because she need to grow up this portion, and then when she's free she can go ahead, right? So that's why naturally sexual desire absolutely going down. It kind of sleepy. So if you have, or if you will have young wife and you will have baby, guys, first year please be very careful with that. I know that a lot of guys really get offended why the woman doesn't want him when the baby laying next to her, and you just cannot imagine when she's waiting and expecting his meow meow, and when she need to take care about him, when she need to jump out, she cannot sleep well. All this hustle around the baby, absolute killer of sexual desire. I can tell you this from many stories and even from my personal experience. You don't want nothing, just to sleep. That's it, guys. So please be careful, be patient, try to take care about your wife and put yourself in her shoes. Give her as much help as you can, and then she will be thankful, and probably hopefully your sexual life will not suffer too much changes during this first year when you have baby, because I know a lot of couples really suffer from this problem and they got divorced after, because they simply cannot understand the nature of this process, why it's actually going on. So I hope you will remember this verse when you guys will have a baby. And we can add also simply anorgasmia. It's a condition in which a person, mostly, of course, women, simply cannot get a satisfaction or has difficulty achieving it. Pain during sexual intercourse, which occurs with infections, inflammations, and maybe your inaccurate actions. So be careful about that too. Sometimes, really, women can feel some discomfort, some pain, and again, not to offend you and not to look in your eyes like not sexual lady, she may keep silence, but that's up to you to follow her face expression, her emotions. I guess if you're a careful lover, careful man, and you care about your woman, you will differentiate pleasure emotions or pain on her face. So that's also very important. Guys, of course, alcohol, insomnia, and sedentary work also can damage sexual desire of any lady, not even lady, but men as well. So if alcohol and drugs are her faithful companions, then at some point a natural process as sex becomes inaccessible due to physiological disorders or simply becoming uninteresting to her. Due to the lack of physical activity, sexual desire also suffers. So expert says active people who has who lead active way of life, healthy way of life, who doesn't have too much like extra weight, who attending gym, who going for a walk, who used to spend time at fresh air, not using too much fast food. So actually their health condition is much better. So of course, energetical people, people who are healthy and have more energy, they will have much bigger desire and they can do that much often. That's understandable. So don't forget as well sleep problems we already mentioned as the cause of reduced libido. And when the body is stressed due to the lack of sleep, you know, the brain suppresses the production of sex hormones such as estrogen and testosterone in favor of stress hormones such as cortisol. So lack of sleep, by the way, is also a very big problem. Let's say about myself, when I have 2, 3, 4 sleepless nights, I even can have fever, like 37.5. I have like a burning face. I'm like zombie. I don't want nothing. And of course, if the person, let's say, have night shifts or have some stress or thinks about something and don't sleep normally, of course, that's not the right time. Sometime can be okay, but not always. So depression, fatigue, and low self-esteem as well are reasons for such problems. So when the matter is only related to the body, the solution can be relatively simple, in contrast to physiological causes of a dropped libido. But the sexual overwork can make sex boring too. That's also very interesting moment. I know the couple, very good friends of mine. Of course, I'm not giving any names or info, so that's okay. It's not a secret. But I know they, by the way, married for a very long time, around 18, 19 something years. And thanks God, they have almost the same biorism. Almost. So they are okay to have it often. But of course, man wants much more. And the husband, actually, honestly, he wants sex every day. No exaggeration, guys. Every day and desirably 2, maybe 3 times after being almost 20 years of getting married. They are around 40. They are around 40. Yeah, something around 40 years old, this couple. So you can imagine they almost married when they were 20 and now they have a grown up daughter. But never ever when I talk to my girlfriend, to lady, never ever he give her a chance for a break. And personally, I cannot imagine to have it few times a day, no matter what, no excuses for headaches, no physiological days when the woman not may want sex, but mustn't have sex, actually. You understand what I mean? He just give her 1 or 2 days off in a month, and that's it. And if she says no, no matter what, tired, feel sick, no matter what, he really gets very angry. But in general, the couple is very good. They're in very good relationship, everything is fine. But he really getting crazy when she denies. And for me, that's really hardly understandable how people can live this rhythm of life, because you may simply get bored, like overfed. And as I said, any good thing, no matter what, religion, sex, food, jogging, yoga, no matter what, if it turns into mania, if it's too much, so one day you're gonna be like fed up, even if we talk about sex. So when you guys sometimes want it really too much, and this not coincide with her desires, one time can be okay, time can be okay. But if it's a system, so one time she may just like decide that she doesn't want, or she needs like time of break, just to miss it, just to refresh, even, because if you eat borscht day by day for 20 years, of course sometimes you want soup, right? So that's obvious. So guys, some people use sex as a recreational practice because they think it will cheer them up. Sometimes people even they just get sick, like kind of flu, sneezing and fever. And some expert says if you have sex at this moment, probably your fever will go away because your blood running faster, and it can kill bacteria or viruses, and next day you can feel much better. That can be true, but of course don't forget, if she has fever around 40, coughing like up to vomiting, that's not a good time to cheer her up and to try to cure her with this method. I guess you understand it, right? If the person feels okay and can move, so then you can try, but be careful with that. So such tactics will not always work, because bad entertainment also requires some power and some energy and some resources, right? So one more reason: self-rejection, one of psychological reason for decreased attraction. So research confirms that women who are dissatisfied with their appearance are less likely to be satisfied with their intimate life. That's natural, right? Because this means that the point of initiating sex is lost. So they can not only condemn themselves for extra pounds or some stretch marks, no matter what disadvantages she has with her face or body or skin, whatever, but also hate. They can hate their character and often engage in self-criticism, which also kills libido. So that's understandable. Some ladies who is not happy with their appearance, no matter what she has, maybe even it's an illusion of bad appearance. Maybe she has a standard, she needs to be like 55 kilo and she's 65, unfortunately. So she start to feel herself not sexy. That also happens with pregnant ladies, right? With the ladies who just gave birth to kid, because her body, of course, has some transformations, some changes, and mostly not to the best. Mm, not to the best, right? So in this way, remembering that once before she had a really nice body and good appearance and she was really beautiful, she may start, she looks worse and maybe asexual to her man. So that can also cause not having desire to have sex with the man, or to have sex, let's say, in a darkness. So don't press your ladies to switch on all illuminations. Some ladies can have some complexes due to their some disadvantages. Maybe they really have, or maybe it seems to them they have. But if you see the lady absolutely protesting against light and she wants only in darkness, maybe she needs time to trust you more. Maybe she's not confident about her physical attractiveness. And so remember about this moment too. Okay, so such underlying factors also include fear of intimacy and rejection, feelings of shame, for example, and about one's desires, and negative past experience related as well to relationships and the sex. Maybe in her past she had some bad experience which she will transfer, unfortunately, to your present relationship. So you need time, and you need to be careful, and you need to gain her trust that she can open to you and explain what's really going on. So as well, we mentioned that before, too close or too distant partner. So the inability to openly talk about all these problems with a partner plunges a person into a vacuum of loneliness, just like once unresolved conflicts, mistrust, jealousy, and coldness that appeared in the relationship between two people. So, and if we do not talk about our experience with a person who lives in close proximity to us, then the space for speculation grows, tremendously, and for bad fantasies, right? And once loving people move away. So, nothing to be afraid. If you really love your lady and if you have such problems, the best option is just to sit down or to choose time, good time when she's in a good mood, when nobody will disturb you with phone calls. So just to talk honestly. And of course, she needs to be confident that you won't be offended and you will understand her in the right way. So that's really very delicate topic, guys, to be discussed. And reverse side of the medal is, when people kind of doves stuck together. We talked about this like 24/7. They do everything together and they have no secrets, and they kind of one meeting for two. In such couple, sexual desires fades, unfortunately, because passion requires curiosity and freedom. You remember, woman is always a target and the guy is always a hunter. So always, how long the lady will be able to make her man to be a hunter, to chase her, so the interest will grow and the interest will keep be in this couple. And obviously sexual desire as well. But because passion requires, this making interest boiling all the time. But people who spend together too much time and they do too much together and they are like maybe extremely open, too open, they can lose this interest. Unfortunately, that's kind of like practice said. So they live in the illusion that they know everything about each other already, and therefore they are not interested. So psychologists advise such couples to separate for a bit, not to move to another houses, of course not, but just to start to spend a little bit time, apart, and to engage in hobbies that are different from what partner's hobby has. Make friends with maybe people not from a common company, and sometimes relax separately. You go to drink beer to bar with your friends, and I am going to sauna with my friends. You going to fishing, I'm going to movie or spa salon with my girls. So a little bit space, a little bit space. Every psychologically healthy person needs his own freedom sometime and his own space for his own business, deals, times, whatever he wants to do alone. That will keep a relationship stronger and healthy, by the way. As well, this umbilical cord, sometimes needs to be cut. So, and guys, very interesting moment, we're gonna finish soon, when we repeat the same sexual scenarios. So less and less dopamine is produced, and the less it is, the lower the sexual desire. And new experience, of course, stimulates the production of dopamine, which means that desire also grows. So to do this, don't misunderstand. It's not necessary immediately add unusual elements like spanking to your usual sex methods, right? So at first you can simply change, for example, some positions, or move from bedroom to the bathroom or to the kitchen, or stop having sex before bed and schedule a meeting at a lunchtime. I have friends, and I know that they used to have many years the same scenario. And when I talk to her about this, she always tells me, we always have sex in bedroom, always in the evening, and always after having shower. So supper, you can understand supper, just after food, when your stomach is full, when normally body wants to sleep, and then you go to shower, and then you go to bedroom, and you start the same and the same and the same. So you can imagine, for some period of time that can be fine, but this scenario definitely should be changed. Territory should be changed, unexpected places, not always after shower, because sometimes you have conditions without no shower. So good experiments, but good normal experiments we mentioned, not which experiments you shouldn't do, of course, but sometimes that can be surprising, and of course more exciting, and of course give good memories and increase your desire next time. Because when you lay down and you know what's gonna happen in the next 5 minutes, of course that can be boring. That's understandable, right? So and guys, what else I wanted to tell, what else I wanted. When people shift their focus to other areas of life, and that, by the way, always happens with women. They can be busy too much with something, and they concentrate and focus their minds on some other areas like work, children, friends, like ballroom dancing, new hobbies, knitting, or whatever. One of my friends, again, his wife, he likes to solve crosswords, and to knit babies' heads. I don't know why she needs so many babies' heads, but whenever he comes back from work, she keeps either solving crosswords or knitting baby heads, and this continues for many years. That's a reverse situation, right? When the man probably stop wanting his woman, because every day the same. And of course, when the woman has too much concentration on something else except her man, like being deeply involved in something, also sex life can suffer in this way. So this is a dangerous move that can lead to detraining, uh, that can lead to just losing interest in the couple between each other. By the way, not only from the side of women, but men as well. So, guys, that actually the main information what most experts thinks, and I find these reasons absolutely reasonable and natural and obvious. Just sometimes needs to listen to them, to read them, and to think about them. And if you have some relationship, or you had maybe before, or someone will have, so don't forget about such things which consider to be very simple. But instead of thinking about that, of course, men prefer to get offended, to think that his woman doesn't love him, doesn't want him anymore. So long story short, guys, routine in which you need to bring excitement. Of course, not only you, she as well. Stress when you're too deep into each other, or reverse side when you're too cold, no trust, no compassion, health issues with your lady. Some medications as well can decrease sexual desire. Don't forget about that too. Hygiene and physical attractiveness, guys, that's about you, mostly about men, women as well, of course, but we are talking when women stop wanting the men. So once, who attentively listened to my live streams, once I mentioned such things like cutting nails, like going to bathroom together, cleaning ears. That's not good. Not taking shower, or coming with the smell of alcohol from your mouth. These hygienical intimate things, I think, to my mind personally, they can kill absolutely any intimacy in the couple. So if you do it once or twice, that can be fine. But if you keep doing that day by day, believe me, that can kill the passion. So be careful with that. That's normal things, and I guess you also would like to have nicely smelling lady. Of course, not with the smell of cigarettes or alcohol out of your mouth, right? So do such important, intimate, physiological things separately. This time you need to be alone in the bathroom when nobody see you. So that's my firm belief. Too much sex from your side, of course, we mentioned that, when you probably want sex too late at night. Maybe she was already sleeping and you are coming back from party a little bit drunk, and it's like you are cheerful and it's fun for you and you think it's a good time to have sex, but when you wake her up and she feels the smell of alcohol and probably she needs to wake up to work, she may say no, and she has reason for that. Respect that desire. And if it's one time, that can be even fun, but if it's a system, she can get just offended because she may think you just use her, and just don't take it onto your personal side, but think why she may say no in such situations. Also, guys, needs to mention bad sex style. Very simple, but we know nobody is ideal, right? And not all men sexual heroes or machos or like really professionals. Some has some inner restrictions as well, some principles. Some guys can be like, you know, not letting themselves to do something which may want a woman. So just bad sex style. Or men can be indifferent towards her needs and her desires. So being like non-emotional, like a robot. When the lady can feel you're just satisfying your physiological needs, kind of using her. Unfortunately, in Ukraine, that's a very typical situation between couples, between men and women, Ukrainian one, unfortunately. That's why Ukrainian women really can think that sex is something not which is not necessary, and in a long-term relationship, of course, if they're married, they can try to avoid sex as much as she can. So simply she is not satisfied and she doesn't like the way how you do that. So simply saying, right? And the last one, guys, you sometimes play jokes about her physical disadvantages or making funny comments while sex. So sometimes it can be really funny, but that's not sexy, definitely. Definitely. Maybe at the beginning of relationship, but sometimes really guys can do dirty and not appropriate jokes, and especially if she knows you don't like let's say some part of her body, maybe she has belly or something, and if you mention in a not in the right time, the sex can be over, the game is over. So guys, that actually were main reasons. I guess you all know them because they are just too simple, and too natural. But I think that's sometimes necessary to mention that you can remember about them once again, and probably think about them one more time and more attentively. Maybe you will find some explanation. Maybe you will find some explanation in regard of what we talk together. And of course, guys, I am ready to answer all your questions regarding this topic or any other which you prepared for me today. So hello to everybody. Thanks for joining me. And guys, let's see. Ark, hello. Tracy, hello. Good morning. Ark, it's Vita time. Yeah. By the way, we start to have some. What's wrong with this lamp, guys? It's like getting darker. So we start to have problems with electricity. Like actually we had them. We didn't stop to have them, but the situation is getting more critical right now. So we have much more period for many hours when we don't have electricity. So it's really difficult to schedule the time. As for tomorrow live stream, I will update admin later, and you will see notifications. So follow notifications on YouTube. Definitely, I guess it will be later than today, but I am afraid to tell something because for today, just since morning up to now, the schedule has been changed 3 times. 3 times. So I wasn't sure even I will be able to meet with you 9 a.m. Eastern. So we'll see till tomorrow. So my time is, though I'm a very stable person and punctual, but my time can be, swimming. Good evening, what, Gregory, Ransom, Yannick, hello. Thanks for joining us today. You become a rare guest. I know you're busy with your horses, your farm. Arc, women are all about mood. Not always, not only mood, of course, mood, but not always. That's also about you, how you treat her, how you behave with her, how romantic you are, how sexy you are as well. Many factors, actually, many factors. And for men, it's much more simple. That's understandable. But women more, fragile in this way. George, hello. Robert. Yeah, Robert. Obligation of women, old custom world over. Yeah, but unfortunately still some of our lady has this obligation in their mind because their mom taught them like this, So that's why it can be still problematic for some ladies. George, never go to sleep while still fighting. Can happen, that depends on the level of fight, because it can be some, domestic fight without broken cup, or, that she put too much salt into borscht, or you put too much spice in pasta. But if you get back too late, and probably she suspects something or she doesn't like that, and you do that regularly, so her offense can be much bigger than just for one evening, and you really need to put some efforts and time to calm her down. You really need time. So that's not always happening when you really go to bed when the situation is clarified, though of course that's an ideal option. Of course, that's an ideal option. That should be like that. but not always real. Yeah. Mm. Celso, hello, hi Vita, how are you doing? Greetings from Brazil, greetings from Ukraine to Brazil. I'm fine so far. You see, a little bit getting sick, but because last week really was so cold here, awful. People in apartment had like 13, 14 degrees, like really cold. But thanks God, weather is getting milder. We start to have above zero in couple of days. Next week we again waiting like +7, +8, and as weather forecast showing, the February will be mild as well. Goodness, hopefully, we really hope for that. Yeah, Yannick, less skinny, more healthy. Yeah, absolutely. But we are talking about normal things, right? Right? Too big weight, that's absolutely not healthy too. Norm. Everything should be balanced. But I know, in 90s or beginning of 2000s, that was a trend to be skinny as a skeleton, like a fish bones, and that was considered to be sexy and nice, but of course can cause some health problem. And like real men, as they say, they like a little bit meat, on the body, some shape, not only bones. But I don't know, as for western guys, but it was really big fashion in 90s and beginning of 2000s, when really all men tried to find as much skinnier lady as they can. That was like trend. Everybody was envious, and all ladies were sitting on diets trying to lose in kilograms. The skinnier they are, the more nice they look, but now, thanks God, this fashion a little bit go away, and ladies understand that's not looking nice when you're just bones. Yeah. Bill, hello, hello, hello. What you also have very windy weather. We too really like a stormy, like a hurricane with such a sharp and cold wind. Oh my God. Friday 13. Yeah, Bill, by the way, Friday 13. So, yeah, yes, Friday 13. I even didn't get this idea in my mind. So, the topic is specifically for today, Friday 13. Junaid, Hunaid, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name correctly. Don't want to offend you. Hello, hello, thanks for joining. Uh, Rocky, hello, Rocky Khan. Your English is very, very what? Very bad, very poor, or very good? Hopefully not bad, at least. Hopefully not bad, at least. Where did you learn English from? First of all, my mom is an English teacher, so she was teaching me English since I was laying in a pram. Really, guys, I remember the first word she taught me was the word moon. Moon. My mom is really cool English teacher, really professional. She was in the peaceful time. She was in Texas at the military base. She got some courses there, and as a teacher of English, so she has a lot of diplomas. Like she's cool, and she has a perfect grammar, like Queen English, Queen English. And but I have more experience talking to foreigners and face to face, because all my life I have been working with foreign guys. I was working in the sphere of tourism as a translator, translating articles. I have a lot of, so I was traveling a lot. I have a lot of foreign friends with whom I'm talking all the time. So that's just a practice. That's just a practice. And I was learning English as well at school, specialized English school. Gymnasia, as they call it now, which has support of British Council, by the way, and like pedagogical university, English German department. So, but actually, Mm. I never, my English is far from level my mom would like I have. She always comment all my mistakes, and of course, I have a lot of grammar mistakes because I'm too fast to talk, and I have too many things in my mind to share with. So sometimes it's difficult for me to concentrate on grammar. But still, practice talking to people. Yeah, talking to people. My German language was really nice before. I used to communicate with German people a lot, but that was really far ago, many years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. And of course, without practice, it goes away. I knew Japanese really good. One time, even better than English. I was a translator, and I was speaking Japanese like really nice, really nice. Yeah. Mm, I was in Tokyo. I don't remember. Second World War Championship of karate. I was translator for our karate team there, so I had some practice. Yeah, so Turkish language as well, still good, still good. Deutsch, just a little bit. I can explain something. So just practice, guys. Mm-hmm. Rocky, thanks. Carlos Melendez, wow, are the men in Ukraine that immature? That's a real issue. That's a real issue. Most of Ukrainian men really cannot understand rejection of the sex and can be really offended and then angry. So and this medal can have two sides. Either the man think the woman doesn't want him, he's not sexy, or he may start to offend lady, calling her being asexual or frigid or something. Yeah, that's true. That's why we thought this topic is really important to be discussed, just to clarify why. I don't know in another nations, okay? I will not judge about American ladies or Czech ladies, but I know about Ukrainians. Still, a lot of stereotypes, a lot of fears, and it's not too much common to discuss here between men and women sexual relationship if they have some problems, some issues, because both sides afraid to offend each other or to look idiotic in partner's eyes. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Oh my god. TW 1ST3DTH UG. Sorry, that's your name. Hi, hello, thanks for joining. I don't know, probably there is some abbreviation to call your nickname correctly, but I just decided to spell it. Aren't you scared of being in Ukraine? Of course, I'm scared. Of course, every normal person will be scared. And of course, about this uh, planned big offensive. As I read, they're going to collect 2 million army. And that will be very bad times, very hard times. I'm scared, but what can I do? I prefer to stay where they are. Hopefully everything will be fine. What, Vita? I think you meant selfish when you described men only looking after their own need. Of course, but many our guys can do just like this. Many guys. Even I know, yeah, it can be I guess in foreign countries too, between couples. So if the lady actually doesn't want at this very moment, okay, maybe she's tired or had a headache or offended or whatever, or maybe needs to wake up early, so and the man can bark like, let's do maybe just 2 3 minutes, I will be fast, let's do, please, just kind of agreement. So of course nobody will take care about the woman at this moment. The guy will be just satisfying his own needs, and some like sometimes our ladies can be okay with that, just we Ukrainian ladies say sometimes it's better to say yes than to explain why not. Think about this proverb, guy. That's very funny proverb, but it really works here in our culture. So we really sometimes the women say just okay, take it, just but like leave me alone at the same time, because it's faster to agree and to finish than to start explaining why, and maybe we do that tomorrow, give me the time. So sometimes that happens. Yeah. Juan, Vita the brain, I'm late to the party. My sincere apologies. I did not receive a notification. That's fine. That's fine. Electricity came as well later because I planned to start specifically 9 a.m., but my electricity came later, so I need some time to when it's overworking and Wi-Fi will start working. So I planned earlier, but we have what we have, so that's fine. You're forgiven. That's fine. I'm not offended. Good, and thanks that you came. Mm. Ah, what do women like in the bedroom? That's too wide and huge topic, and I'm not kind of sex instructor here, because every lady can have her own preferences. Basic things, of course, but some can like not basic things, that depends, and you are responsible to learn that from your lady, and to learn together, actually, to practice. The more you do, the more you learn. So you may ask your lady if you have one or if you will have one, because everybody is absolutely different. Everybody. Some like something, some don't like something, somebody like long, somebody like fast, somebody like in public place, somebody like in the darkness, in full isolation and silence. So that depends. Tracy, I hear scratching. Somebody wants in, Vita. Yeah, that's a puppy scratching the door. Yeah, I hoped that won't be too much sound, but if you heard, then yes. I cannot let him in because he will play. He will start playing and he will find his toys here, this sneaky. And whenever he starts playing with his, not sneaky, goodness, squeaky, this pee, pee, pee, pee, when he presses, so it produces sound. Oh my God, he will not give us any chance to complete our live stream. Joachim Monteiro, hello. Thanks for joining to us. How is the situation in Poltava currently? Do you have regular power supply? Poltava seems okay right now, seems calm. Nothing extraordinary happens. You heard? Nothing extraordinary happens. Poltava have better provision of electricity supply than our region. No, we don't have regular power supply. No. And from today, again, so we always have schedule, but few days for holidays we have some relaxed time, and you get used very easy and fast to some good things. You start to have electricity like when you have like it 4 hours or 6 hours, but now as well we're gonna have a worse situation, like few hours, no, just 2 hours we have electricity and then few hours we don't have. So the situation with electricity not good, but I know that in Poltava electricity situation is better and seems like okay in Poltava right now. Juan, Vita, do you think the man and the wife should try to maintain their fitness, physique figure, to maintain mutual attraction? Of course. Sorry. Typically, people get complacent and stop caring for their bodies. That's not about Ukrainian ladies. Um, Sorry, guys, coughing. People always should be attractive to each other in psychological way and in physiological way, always. No need to be beauty, no need to be like Apollon, or no need to be like Monica Bellucci. That's understandable. We are not ideals or superstars, but to have physical attractiveness, that's for sure, right? So of course, if you go together to gym, if you exercise your bodies and you want to be attractive to each other, that will only make your not only sexual life but your mutual. Because when you're proud of your man and when you proud of your woman, coming along the street, coming to some restaurant, coming to some party, when you have some company and everybody see you have a nice woman, or everybody see she has a nice man, that's a very good combination. That's a very good combination. Of course, unfortunately, due to some health issues, not everybody can be like in shape, in a good physical form or condition. That's understandable too. I know some Ukrainian guys like really big ladies sometimes, and that's fine. So they find them attractive. Modern Ukrainian ladies, they understand the values of family. They are very afraid of being cheated, absolutely, because they used to be cheated. They have this stereotype: you always needs to be the best, you always needs to be on top, that your man stay only with you, not looking around or not going somewhere else to get something better or something else what you cannot give. Remember this always, this stereotype Ukrainian ladies always have in their minds. That's why there are so many courses for cooking, for fast cleaning, for training bodies, for being good psychologists, to be a good company to your man, how to understand your man correctly. Because our ladies, they always want to be perfect for their man. They always want to see love in his eyes and they want to be the only one. Of course, not everybody manage. Of course, not everybody able to do that and to keep that for many years, right? Because as you said, many people start to relax. Many people start to relax because they say, oh, okay, I have my husband, now I can start eating, laying on the sofa. No, that's not mostly. Of course, some individuals can be, of course. That's more about men than about women. But what happened is this lamp, my God, it's like shade. So, our ladies right now understand the value of a good man, the value of family, and they always want to be one and the only for the whole life. Of course, if something goes wrong, if something happened and she stopped loving the man, of course, she may start to be lazy or something. But don't forget also that our national feature is showing off. Don't forget about that. Our ladies always will care what other people will think, always will care what other people will have an image of her. So she always needs to look nice. Uh, People should envy you that you have such a nice lady. So she normally she will try to do her best. Of course, if she is sincere, of course, if she's sincere and if she really loves you and has in her mind perspective for the future relationship with you. So hopefully you're satisfied with the answer. Tracy, Vita, not only the brain, but the overachiever. Yeah. Vita is always like full complex. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, Gurhan Ozdemir. Merhaba, Vita, nasılsın? İyiyim, sağ ol, teşekkürler. Sen nasılsın? You see? Turkcey is okay still. It's nice to listen to you. You're full of threat experience and share all to help others. Of course, I want you guys that you you are you will be more educated sometimes in the simple things which seems to be so natural and no need to be explained. But in my experience, because I'm married for the second time and I had these problems, and I knew how it in the families of my friends even. So I decided it's good that maybe it will save somebody's family. Maybe you will remember some words and you will think, oh, probably something is going wrong, so no need to be offended. A Ukrainian man can be offended if the woman rejects sex or demonstrate small desire or not having desire. Carlos, thank you, Vita. I will do well. They are looking for a wife and praying for you and your country. Thanks, Carlos. Thanks. Poltava girls considered to be very nice, physically very attractive. Poltava, Sumy region, all Ukrainian, of course, but Poltava is famous for nice looking girls. Yeah. So I wish you good luck. Gurhan, many praying for all Ukrainian people. Bayraktar songs are great to feel joys. Bayraktar song, by the way, that was the first song which we heard in March about war, and it has such a simple melody, and it has such a simple, words, but it was so motivating and encouraging. You can't imagine. I mean, you need to live here and to feel what we felt here in that song. By the way, in that clip of Bayraktar was mentioned also the episode of Sumy Oblast, because the first Bayraktar was used in Sumy Oblast just at the beginning of war. So yeah, we are very proud of that, and really thank you guys for Bayraktars. First of all, thank you. That really helped us, especially at the beginning. So Bayraktar is kind of symbol, and even my puppy, I had an idea to call him Bayraktar because he was a little bit plump, bigger than normal for his breed. And I wanted to call him Bayraktar, but I decided he's too soft because he's too sweet. And Bayraktar needs to be some big dog, maybe a little bit strong, aggressive. And he's so sweet, like piggy. So I call him kind of chocolate. By the way, he has like a Japanese name, Hati, which means 8 or which means bee, because he's very active like a bee. So we decide, but Jitendra, namaskar from India. Hello, namaskar from Ukraine. Nice to see you. Juan, you confused my name. Taita. Oh my God. I never get this word. I never get this name. I'm very angry when somebody confused me with Victoria. Now you called me Taita. That was joke. I know you were probably typing fast. Thank you. I am of the same opinion. Yeah. Not Taita. That's understand. That's understand. Jitandra. As Indian tradition and culture, men, women marry once in life and live together in all conditions, till last breath, mostly. Will Ukrainian girl live like written over? That depends on you, and that depends on your choice. How correct and how good your choice will be, how properly you will choose the lady, and of course, how lucky you are. Because, to find really good wife and good husband, the same, it's a big luck, big happiness. But that not only the chance given by God to you, but that also mutual work. constant mutual work for many years, not only when you fall in love, not only when she's beautiful and has a perfect body and full of passion and healthy and strong and interesting, and exciting, but when she's sick as well, when she's boring, when she's talking too much or too loud, when she has worse body after childbirth, uh, when she's in depression. So different situations, of course. And this work for developing family and strength of the family, I believe never stop, never stop. When you relax, when you think, okay, I have it, I have my lady, that's it. So no need, the game can be over. So I believe this is constant work from both sides, absolutely, from men and from women. And it's great happiness when such partners will find each other and will understand what they really need to strengthen the family, to build up a really good family, to make it happy, and to make it happen for many, many, many years. Unfortunately, not every people, not every person able to do that, but hopefully you will find your love. Of course, Ukrainian girls can do that. That depends what kind of girls you will find and what kind of husband you will be for her. Juan, Nita, in an unrelated question, which that's fine. Which hand is your right hand? This one. Have a theory. The camera mirrors your image, and your right hand is actually seen as a left on your screens. For me, guys, I understand. I understand what you mean. There, this is the left. Okay, this is the left hand. This is the right hand. For me, it's a mistake. I it's really problem for me to say where is no. I know left, right, of course, but when I'm driving, or as one of my friends said, I know how to make you shut up while driving. I just need to ask you where I should turn right now, left or right. And be sure I will shut up for 10 seconds to concentrate where is right and where is left. Oh my God. So mirror reflection is a very is a problem for me. So let's say I want to touch my hair this side, okay? So I never will do it correctly from the beginning, like from the first time. Okay, right. So I will try this, this. So yeah. So you understand? For me, that's a problem. For me, that's a problem. Left, right, left, right. I need to concentrate before giving the right answer about left or right, especially if we're talking about mirror reflection or screen reflection. Yeah. So mirror is my left. Mirror is on my left side. Yeah. So you think I can reverse the camera somehow or what? Jitendra, one more thing. As in India, mostly people are fully vegetarian. Will Ukrainian girl may live a whole life vegetarian with her husband, family? Oh, that depends. If you find a lady who is vegetarian, she will do. But if she doesn't like, or if she like to eat meat, that's actually her own choice. Mm, I never can understand why people should change other people. I mean, let's say Christian girl going to marry Muslim guy. I understand why that happens. I understand why that happens. But I cannot understand why the lady should change her religion. Because you guys found this Christian lady being in this religion and probably eating meat, right? Or having these points of view. You fall in love with her. You choose her to get married. Why you need to change her? Why you need to put her to take her into your religion? Why you need to make her eat what she probably doesn't like Mm, I understand adjusting, assimilation, adoption. I understand those things, but that's only up to her. I know a lot of girls who, by their own desire, by their own will, absolutely change their religion because they found that good and better for them. I don't know. Um, for me, that's kind of betraying for me because all your life you were Christian and then one time you become a Muslim to please your husband. So why not your husband become a Christian instead? If it's mutually equal roles in the marriage, why not to let people stay in their own religion, having their own cuisine or what else? If the lady is okay, I understand when at Rome, do as Romans do. I understand that. But that's also about changing the basic things. The person used to have all the life without you. So let's say, hopefully not, you get divorced after 5 or 10 years after. So what she would do? She needs to get back better to Christian or to need to start eating meat again, start her to change her. You understand many cultural things. So that's why I don't. If it's very important for you, discuss that with your lady before if she will agree. Maybe you will be lucky to find vegetarian lady because we have a lot of vegetarians. One of my friends lady, she's a vegetarian for many years, but her husband absolutely well eating meat every day. She's not she's not and whenever we have bbq with them, whenever we decide to meet together to eat, to drink something like some wine, to exchange wine, domestic made wine, homemade wine. So she never eat meat, and she feels absolutely okay when we eat shashlik. When we eat meat or fish, she feels absolutely fine, not envious, not hungry. That's natural for her not to eat meat. But her husband likes to eat meat. Why he also should be to become vegetarian? If his mentality, if his mental condition tell him, okay, you also should not eat meat, then it's fine. But if not, why? People absolutely normally live. She eats salads mostly, he eats meat, no problem between them, and no problem even when guests come. When we make pizza, let's say, and we go to them with pizza, part of the pizza we make specially vegetarian for her. We don't put the chicken or some sausages or whatever, specially for her. But at the same time, we can bring full chicken baked, and that's fine because we eat meat. But she doesn't. That's fine. So she will eat her own dishes. We will eat our own dishes, but that doesn't cause any problems or any misunderstandings or any arguments between us. That's what I want to tell you. So that's up to you and your wife. What religion she will be, what cuisine she will eat, what cultural habits of your country she will get used to, or what she will never get used to, because she will never understand that by her mentality, because all her life, like 25, 30, 40 years, she was living in absolutely different culture, cultural space. It's not easy to change. So hopefully you understand my answer correctly. uh Tracy, does your bee makes honey? No, he doesn't make any honey, any money. So only spending for food for him and for toys for him. So for some necklace, for some, robes, for something. So only my money spending on him. No honey, no money, no honey. Uh-huh. Gurhan, dear Vita, thank you for your sweet words for Bayraktar. Believe that all Turkish people are with you all. We have a wonderful community here with Ukrainians. We have many men who seek to marry Ukrainian girls. I know that. I know that better than someone else. I know. Yeah, I know Turkish culture, Turkish language. I read Quran. I have a lot of friends in Turkey, by the way, a lot of friends. I have been there for a long time, but when everything will be over, for sure, I would like my younger daughter, she wants to see the sea, Akdeniz. So I really want to show her and to visit some historical places like Pamukkale, Mirakekava. So a lot of nice things. I like to be there. So hopefully I will go there once again. Yeah. And thanks for your help once again. Tracy, your camera image is fine and correct. Ah, okay, good then, because I thought maybe something is wrong and I need to reverse something. Guys, I see we have, oh my God, we have 2 minutes. Oh, because we start later. Oh. 1 second, guys. Guys, we're gonna meet tomorrow with you, but I need to give you some information about donation, okay? And I want to mention that. And if my electricity will not come, so I will stay with you few more minutes, okay? So I just wanted to say that we are super grateful for all your donation, guys, which you have made continuing, and you help us to continue our mission like every month. So a big molodit to all of you. To cover expenses, can you imagine all we need is 40 followers to donate a small Starbucks coffee daily. We told about that already. So remember that our mission at ukrainedating.tv is to educate you guys, Western guys, foreign guys, with the truth about Ukrainian women to increase your real chances of marrying a Ukrainian women and create international marriage and family, desirably successful and happy family, right? And we want to say really thank you to our top 3 VIP donors. As our big thank to our top 3 donors, we are giving them founding member status, which comes with a special privileges, guys, attention, including one free $75 value Zoom coaching session with Жанна. Congratulations, guys. So we want to say thank you to Thomas Ramsey, to John Zuniga, to Jakob Dickerson, and as well top 10 guys, I will mention them right now, for your guys' constant help. So Juan Vasquez, Antun Notier, Carson Hicks, JC Olier, sorry if I don't pronounce correctly your names, guys, not specially. Kevin Irwin, William Ungar, Rodney Podesta, Bradford Hazard, Jesse Kelly, Mark Alexander Sullivan. So thank you all, guys, for your ongoing support of our mission here at ukrainiandating.tv. So every month, we will recognize the largest donor with a shout out, and he will be awarded the title of his choosing, such as Mr. Hulk, etc. And he will receive one $75 value Zoom coaching with Жанна. So, guys, you can donate to support us at matchguarantee.com/donate. Match guarantee spelled with a Y. And I guess what you are here, and you will show guys the link. Also, the link you can find, of course, in the description below under this video. So whoever want to try the chance to have this free coaching with Jana, you're welcome, guys. And of course, don't forget that you really help us, and we're really thankful to everybody for every amount we get to keep our channel live. Okay, so guys, what I will tell you, I see we have what can you tell me, please, if someone is going to stream right after me, that I don't want to contradict with other girls' live streams. Just I need to let you go. If nobody's streaming, so I can keep answer your question, guys, for more minutes. Give me a second. So. What? No. Okay. So we can, if I have electricity so far, we can have like 10 minutes more. Okay, guys? And I will see. Uh, tu- tu- tu- tu- tu. So something. Where I stopped. Juan. Vita, I don't know if you can change how that video is displayed on our screens, but I'm correct. Your right hand appears as your left hand on our screens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was my right. Normally, that's my right hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What appears as your right hand on your screen? Different screens. Uh-huh. Jitendra, I'm not converting her faith. She can follow her faith, but as family parents, not like non-WEG. So how the life smoothly run? So as family parents, not like non-WEG. So that's up to you. So if you plan to live with your parents, if I understand correctly, so Ukrainian ladies never like to live with parents. Of course, sometimes that's a necessary step, and another option just doesn't exist. Sometimes they don't have finances. Young couple don't have finances to rent a separate apartment or don't have their own property. But that's the last thing what Ukrainian lady will want, to live with parents. That's my, like, my advice. That's my advice. Mm, Sometimes that can be good for some period of time, but anyway, I believe that parents will interfere into family's life, and that never influence well. So that's your life, that's your family already. You are responsible for that. You are responsible for your choice, and you're responsible for what's going on between you and her. You and her, nobody else. So if the parents will influence your mutual life and will interfere, trust me, Ukrainian ladies will not be your wife for a very long time. That's definitely. I hope you understand me correctly. That's kind of advice, that you know, that you will be prepared what you can meet, what you can face with Ukrainian lady. We don't like to live with parents. We like our own kitchen. We like to be the owners of our own space, territory, and we need the one hostess in the kitchen and in the house, because mom put cup here, I put cup there. I like to leave the bed open, mom like to organize it like army. Believe me, all these small routine things can turn your life into hell, and Ukrainian ladies will not like that. So be careful with that too, by the way. Think about that. Tracy, I would never ask someone to change their religion belief. I actually looked and amazingly found the Ukrainian Orthodox Church here. So that's not the always problem. That's not always problem, because in most cases, ladies, when they fall in love, like Ukrainian ladies, when they really fall in love, they really want to be the whole with their husband. So they are ready to become a vegan, they are ready to change religion, they are ready for many things, really, really. Not everybody, of course, but many girls. That's how you will be lucky. But I also don't think that it's a good thing not necessarily argue about whose religion is more important, or the oldest, or the most ancient, or the most precious. And because we all know God is the only one exist. We just have different names for him. That's it. So I anyway think that's not the reason to argue with people about, right? Mhm. No, Juan, my wedding ring is on my right hand. See? That's right hand. That's not left. But for you, showing on the left. But that's on my right. Mhm. Yeah. What? Yeah. Right hands should appear on the left side on the screen as she's facing the camera. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We all Ukrainian ladies, we put wedding ring on the right hand. Sometimes when we divorced, we put it on the left hand, but that was like an old tradition, old customs. Now just ladies take it out and that's it. If they split or separate. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. No one's streaming right now. Okay, so we have like kind of 5 minutes. Uh, Juan, that's absolutely fine. Sorry for the tangent. I was just curious. That's fine. We are discussing here every question. Just we have normal human communication and conversation about anything. We can talk here about anything. So that's why I like these meetings with you guys, because we can discuss really a lot of absolutely different things up to the topic. By the way, guys, nobody, no, just one question was about why Ukrainian ladies may not want sex. So no questions about that. So I hope everybody has a successful sexual life. No, nothing bad happens. Mhm. Juan, Vita, parents living with their children is a cultural thing. I know it's not solely a financial issue. Sometimes that's also financial issue. I know that, but I know about culture of India because I studied that too. I understand that's a tradition, like in many Arabian countries as well, Asian countries as well. Yes, but up to our culture. We don't like that because we want to be the only owners of our territory. So can be some that's just an advice what can happen and what difficulties and problems that can cause living with the parents. I really know a very rare cases when such living with parents happily ended. Like, I mean, everything was fine, no fights. Really, daughter-in-law loved her mother-in-law, and they were absolutely good together, and no problems and everything. In majority of cases, that had like a really not happy ends. So that's why I'm telling. I know that's a cultural thing, of course. That's a tradition. Yeah. When I mentioned financial situation, that's more about Ukraine. That's more about Ukraine, not about India. Yeah. But about India, of course, that's cultural. Yeah. Hmm. Jakob, hello. Jacobs, I believe that if you don't have very similar beliefs, then the relationship will be very hard. Of course, you need to look at the same direction. You need to have same goals, and you need to see the developing of the family and the aims of family in the same way. If not, nothing will happen good. Nothing. If you will be like two horses coming, trying to get the rope to the two different directions, never the family will last long and never it will be happy. So you need to have the same ideas, mostly. I mean, about priorities, right? Of course, you can like Lev Tolstoy and I can like Gorky, or whatever, or you can like rock and roll, I can like jazz. That doesn't influence family life. But priorities, vision of priorities, main points of view, main direction of the family. So that's very important, and you need to look like in the same direction. Then it can happen, I believe. So, guys, unfortunately, I have to go. I have to go because I have time, and tomorrow we're gonna meet with you again. Mm, Follow, please, notifications. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to push the bell button in order YouTube give you notification when our girls go in live. Okay, especially for you. And I really hope that tomorrow we're gonna meet like maybe 11 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern, but I will update admin and you will see by notification, okay, as soon as I have new schedule for tomorrow. So, guys, I really thankful for everybody who joined me today, for your kind attention, for your help to develop this channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. And for newbies, I would like to show the last short video about our channel, that guys who just joined us have an idea what we are doing here and why we are actually here. I wish everybody nice weekends and hope to see all of you tomorrow. Okay, guys, thanks for nice questions, thanks for nice conversation, and see you tomorrow.
Hello! Привет! And welcome to UkraineDating.tv. Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day, 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Finally, now you have the opportunity to video chat live 7 days a week with different beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions about all things Ukraine, Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious women tick. Guys, I think you understand we're like David fighting Goliath here to bring you the truth once and for all. Our channel's purpose is to debunk the myth and stigma created by the toxic paper letter scam industry. And we hope you agree the best way to accomplish that is by giving you the opportunity to video chat with average Ukrainian girls that represent the real women of Ukraine. And then you be the judge about what's real and what's not. Guys, please know that we're doing this all for you. So do me a favor and subscribe to our new channel and help us help you, your fellow man, and help us bring Goliath to his knees. So guys, can I ask you to share this video with all your friends? Only together we can make a difference, guys.
Goodbye, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a nice weekend. Rest of the Friday. Sorry, not weekends, not yet. Goodbye.